Another good chore complete. Yeah. Enough sticks to get by with. Don't need you. And inventory's reset. Alright, so we cleared out our copper axes. That knife's about to break. The other tools are fine. The hoes are fine. Copper spears are fine. I don't need to make anything right now. Let's see. What's next? I need to keep grabbing seeds for my second planting. Let's go check the bees. I think they might be ready now. Do I have no skeps ready to go? No skeps, huh? How we doing, bees? We are repopulated, so we just harvested this column here. They're all repopped, so we're good to go. Now we're going to harvest the middle column. We've got our little training, our little straw dummy here to attract the bees. No bees. Cool. Bees! Get the dummy, stupid bees. More bees! Alright, we got our hives replaced. Good to go. Hey, do love to see that. Get out here, bucket. Alright, which is it? Alright, we've got 5.4 liters of honey. And 24 beeswax, which we can use to make candles for lanterns, or we can seal up crocks for long-term food storage. Alrighty, so put those back. Still got a good amount of reeds. Let's get these things harvested. Getting this pond filled with reeds is so convenient. Saves so much time once you've done it. Pain in the ass to get it going, but so satisfying once you do have it. Alright. That number will if I don't expand the apiary, that number will probably keep me in business. Because we're expanding faster than we're consuming. So oops. Okay. And just stay up there. Okay, so the bees are done for a while. Crops have got a while. We've got clay dug up. We've got the charcoal kiln going. We've got a good amount of wood left over for whatever purposes, both in board form and log form. Got enough sticks for my tools. We've got ladders for going out and mining. We've got a door. We've got fences that I don't need. Yeah, shut up. What's next on the list? I was just thinking when I was talking about stuff, what else? There was something I was going to make out of metal. Now I've forgotten again. Oh, crap. I don't really care about the light. Takes 5 seconds to go around and change out the torches. I'll eventually get lanterns in. I think lanterns is actually what I was thinking about, because I've got these I've got these copper ingots, so we're going to turn these copper ingots into plates. So that'll be 4 lanterns worth of plates right there. And I've got enough clear quartz. We can do it right now. I was collecting clear quartz earlier. So we've got 9 clear quartz. I already got the chisel. We already took apart our... those 8 ingots are from taking apart our copper anvil earlier. So we're sitting good and all that stuff. So at night, I'll go ahead and process these into plates, and then we'll get some candles made. And then the lanterns. We'll put one in this room right in the middle, one in this room in the middle, one downstairs in the cellar, and we'll save the last one until I get the other 2 quadrants of this little structure built later. Alright, so we've got, it's coming up on noon. Like I said, I'm not convinced it's worth going and digging up that brown coal. Don't worry, we'll get to it. It takes so long to manually pound out those plates. The small quality of life savings you're talking about comes after you spend half an hour of real world time banging out so many frickin' plates. So, your rose-colored glasses are totally forgetting the production time on those goddamn lanterns. So... we'll get there, but not right now. I got other priorities than the quality of life. God, I hate banging out plates manually. I mean, when you got the Helve Hammer and the windmill running, no big deal. But super early game, plates are the worst. All right, let's see. But we got a lot of things. We got a lot of time-consuming things crossed off. I gotta consider. I got a lot of clay forming I need to do. I need to get the calcinated flint going. So I'm probably going to set up one more campfire in here. With the large amount of charcoal we're going to have tomorrow, I'll just burn up most of the charcoal I've got now, I think, getting the flint going. So I can get enough fire clay to first put up an oven. So that when we get even a meager grain harvest, I can make bread. And then, of course, it's going to be bloomeries. And we've got to go dig and find the iron. So, how do you get the weather UI on the top left? It's a mod. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum. It is this one. HUD Clock patch code. 100. That is the version that works in the current version of the game. And it's the same information you can get just by going to your character screen. So it's not giving you any information you don't already have access to. It just makes it a little more convenient and in your face about certain parts of the information without having to press other buttons. If you're trying to post links, it doesn't go through. It looks like it goes through on your side, but nobody actually sees it. Nightbot keeps it away. So don't bother posting links. It's not strange. That's the way the bots work. Otherwise, people would be just spamming porn links all over everybody's chat constantly. So it's pretty rare to have links, people able to actually put links in a channel without having to be friended. I can make it so people can post links, but I rarely do. It's just almost never really a reason. I'll post the link myself if I think it's important. But yeah, on your guys' side, you can't tell that it didn't actually go through. The link looks normal, but nobody else actually gets it. All right. Yeah. Every time I leave and come back, I have to reset my food. You cost me a cranberry. Oh, I realize what you were linking. I'm just explaining why it's a thing. Not denigrating your own contribution. All right, I was thinking through what I need to get done next. We've got boxes, we've got wood, we've got charcoal. Yeah, let's get the calcinated flint going. So let's get one more campfire. And, yeah, one more campfire. Then we'll start burning this charcoal. No idea how much this is going to require. Let's take a look at it. Make sure it works and kind of check the speed. How much coal it might be consuming. And it's going to take time for that to ramp up. I also don't know the recipe. I need to figure out how much flint, calcinated flint, we're going to end up with, and how much each recipe takes. So I can get an idea of scale of my flint gathering needs. Alright, it's all heated up. About to hit 1,000. Then we'll get the progress bar. Oh yeah, this process sucks. I can already make an official determination that this process sucks. This is going to take forever and it's going to burn a massive amount of coal. So I got to take the calcinated flint chunks and run them through the mill. And then I can combine it with clay. So let's let this run for a few minutes, and then we'll do the full process. We'll run it through the kern here to grind it up nice and fine, and then we'll add modify it with clay and see how much fire clay we end up with. All right. So with that running, what else? Nothing on the crops, nothing on the bees. Don't need wood. Don't need charcoal. Do need seeds, so roaming the grasslands to grab more seeds would be good. Get more berry bushes planted. I haven't fenced the berry bushes. I'm not sure I'm gonna bother. I do need to go get the iron. We haven't located. I mean, we know in general where the iron is from earlier pro picks. We're pretty iron rich in this area, but I haven't actually dug down to locate it yet. So we still got to get that done. We've already got the bronze anvil. We're ready to go to actually harvest the iron. It's just, I need fire clay for the bloomeries, and I need to dig the iron out of the ground. And as soon as we've got that done, we're into the Iron Age. Then I can start making iron tools and such. So the bloomery problem is the fire clay for the bloomeries. The fire clay problem is the calcinated flint, or actually finding fire clay in the wild, which I haven't done yet. So fire the flint in a bloomery once you can do that. All right, we'll give that a try. All right, so 1332. Let's go pro picking and gathering seeds. I think I remember where I had a decent reading, but I got to go remind myself. We've actually had a few, and it wasn't magnetite. We were getting, so iron ore. Yeah, it wasn't magnetite. Are these all going to say magnetite? Yeah, they're all going to say magnetite. Ah, yeah. Whatever. There's different kinds of iron ore. Yeah, limonite? I forget which kind we had. But we've got our pro pick. We've got a bronze pickaxe. Let's go do that real quick. We'll just let this run. Oh, wow. We're already halfway or a quarter of the way through what I put in there. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to have to do it. So let's leave a little bit just in case I have an emergency need for something. But otherwise, let's put a little more in here. Alright, let that run. So, let's go for a run this way. Get better fire pits mod? Why? Anybody that suggests to me to get a mod that makes the game easier is really not familiar with me in regards to survival crafting games. Now, if it's just a convenience information mod, fine. Like, I like the HUD mod, I like the step up mod. Those are just, they're not changing gameplay. They're saving my thumb from getting calluses, smashing the space bar to climb blocks, and they're just giving me information at one glance so I don't have to press a button. Those are fine. But, you know, don't bother suggesting mods that save me resources, that modify recipes to have less recipe usage and improve efficiency material-wise. Don't bother, because I'm never going to get them. My direction for survival games is make it harder, make it harder, make it harder. I won't say never, but I almost never, ever make my survival games easier. Even to eliminate grind. I do I guess one exception would be like 7 Days to Die, where I increase the block damage speed for the resources. But I do that to save you guys hours of watching me chop trees and break rocks. That's not so much a for me benefit. That's for live stream viewing benefit. But yeah. Alright, nothing else out here in the grasslands for seeds. More berries. We don't seem to have very many raccoons out in this area because most of the berry bushes have been pretty much continuously full. I'm not going to keep grabbing all the berries. Like I said, I likely not going to use most of these immediately, so we'll leave them alone. Yeah, look at all these berry bushes that are full of berries. I want to say I pro-picked near the front of that little mountain there, and we had a good reading. That's kind of where I'm leaning, or where I'm heading right now. Memory tells me it was over here. Alright. Did I take chunks out of a wall, or did I do a ground reading? I think I took chunks out of a wall. Get out of here, raccoon. Alright, let's do this thing. Pro pick. Density search mode. First up. Actually, let's pick a middle spot. You look good. 1. 2. 3. Very high magnetite. So, that's what I remembered. Very high magnetite. Iron bloom. So, that's pretty much all I need to know. We'll do a little bit more, see if we get a better reading. So we'll go ahead and do a 4-quadrant check. Hello, you. Are you a goat? You look like a goat. Yep, that's a goat. I don't have my spears with me. Alright, let's go check this direction first. We'll do a reading in each of the cardinal directions to see if we get a better than very high rating. Oh yeah, this is where we kept getting wolves. Did I ever finish this mine? I kept getting chased away by wolf spawns. Not seeing any wolves. It looks like we finished it. I'm pretty sure we finished that one too. I'm not going to bother tearing them down though. Alright. So over there, I'd rather go over there. Check again. And the bones are still sitting here after killing those wolves so long ago. I break for flax. Shit! Where exactly was he? Where? I walked straight forward, nothing in my vision, kept walking forward, and all of a sudden I'm getting attacked from behind. Was he hiding in the tree to my left, where I couldn't quite see, and he came in sideways? That is so bull much. That is such bull crap. Oh, gotta love this game for that kind of stuff. I mean, theoretically, he was in the bush, but it sure felt like right then he spawned immediately behind me and just ate me. Right after I was yakking on about wolves in the area regularly. Come on, game. What's the death count? I think we're up to 3 total. The first one I felt was earned, but the other 2 have been mostly bullcrap. The usual bullcrap deaths. That's the bane of a permadeath player. Alright, now the question is, can I scoop up my stuff without getting eaten again? Where are you at, Wolfie? There's my stuff right there. It looked like the wolf walked off that way. But yeah, I mean, I literally was walking. I don't remember if I went this side of the tree. No, I came from this side, I think, because I talked about the bones right there. So he was either sitting right here or he spawned behind me. I'm not sure which. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because I did not run speed through the area to try to verify there was no wolf. But the entire time we were in this area, he made zero noise. Not a whisper of noise. Either moving or a howl or anything. Just instant getting hit and killed. So, you know, that's always fun. Don't play this game, if you're new to this, don't play this game expecting interesting combat. The combat's pretty terrible. It's so bad. Our inventory's full. Let's see. Too many different odds and ends. And I'm missing my knife still. Oh, I maxed out my spaces, so it didn't pick up the knife. Alright, let's just nibble on some grain. It also reset my food settings. Now I have to get my bars back again. So that's the consequence. We're actually going to suffer. Do I keep the grain? I'm hoping to make an oven here, but I don't think I'm going to worry about it for now. This does complicate my desire to pro-pick in the area. Alright, we gotta still scoop in and grab the items that are still sitting there. Don't know where Wolfie wandered off to. There we go. Alright, well, I was intending to pro-pick kind of on an even line with where we did earlier. That puts me pro-picking out this way. Let's see if we get eaten again while I try to pro-pick. How far down is the stone layer? Oh, real close. Cool. One. Two. And three. Poor magnetite. Alright, so we're going the wrong direction for the iron. And cranberries can go. I'd rather have the seeds. Alright, and we're already going to be losing the lights soon. Well, let's work our way back home. Oh, look at that. I talk about this pretty regularly, about how you search and you search and you search on the first week, and you search for copper and you don't find any, and eventually you get just barely enough after struggling. And then as soon as you've got the copper you need to begin with, all of a sudden you start finding deposits all over the area you were previously just searching and running over constantly. I can't pick this up. Now he's making noise over there. Bastard wolf. Screw it. I don't need a couple bits of copper. I've seen a couple of the trees in here that had sap, and I marked a couple of them, but I don't remember where. I need to be picking up sap every time I can. Let me back up through chat here. Enjoy mods with expanded systems in place. I tend to like that as well, depending on the game that I'm playing, when doing so doesn't trivialize the gameplay further. So, for example, the primitive survival mod that's really popular, I like the idea behind it, where it expands out the systems and gives you more things to interact with and more systems. But I found that it also makes it way easier if I interact with those. So I tend not to use it just because if I do use it, it makes the game so much easier. So I kind of have this problem in that regard. So in which mods that I choose to use. When we do the community co-op games, I put a bunch of mods on so everybody can kind of have fun and do different things, and we have more options available for everybody to be working on different stuff. That's fine, and I still let everybody else usually do that stuff. I don't interact with it much myself, but yeah, so while I like the idea of expanding systems and making things more complicated and so on, if it at the same time makes my life easier in-game, I tend not to interact with it. Now, part of the death stuff in regards to wolf attacks like that is I'm running on a starvation diet, which is, well, it's not technically limiting my hit points, but because I can keep the bars full and be doing the starvation diet because I know how to do that system. But I'm also not focusing on getting armor. So, you know, I couldn't have saved myself in that regard anyway. He got the immediate backstab free shot, apparently bypassed my 50% armor, and then even before I could realize he was there, he got a second bite, which also bypassed my armor, apparently, and killed me. If I had focused on getting better armor, it probably would have blocked some of that substantially, and we could have turned and fought him, or maybe running away wouldn't have been a thing, really. Most likely, because we were on flat ground with not much terrain nearby. But, yeah, no, it happened quick, because he bypassed our armor, because I have terrible armor. So part of that's my fault. I also, like I said, I knew we had wolves in that area pretty regularly, and I didn't do a full speed run around to verify if there were wolves in the area. So it's totally my fault. Okay, I'm burning coal over here for no reason, so I need to dump stuff off first. All right, 48 calcinated flint. Let's turn this off for a bit while I figure out just what that does for me. Put you back in the box for now. Let's finish sorting this stuff out. We're getting some seeds stockpiled. 26 more flax, some onion, a little bit of turnip and carrot, and then a little bit of, not much, spelt and rye. Might be time to use some of this flax. Violent windstorm, but calm rift activity. We've been pretty lucky with the rift activity. We haven't had any bad rift activity in a little while. We're about due. Charcoal still charcoaling. Why did I have all that grass in my inventory? What was I doing that got me all that grass? Go unspoiled real fast. No problem. Yeah, if they get the sneak attack on you, you're pretty much dead. Especially if you've got the low level armor and then you don't make the 50% roll on the armor. There's really nothing you can do. If you don't hear them ahead of time and you're already moving, they'll just get the second attack really before you can even turn around and switch to a weapon or a shield or anything. So it's too late after they've already bitten you. If they get that surprise attack on you, you're toast. Okay, let's just grab a few berries here. Carry them around with us. All right, calcinated flint. I need to run through the kern. How does this work again? Click and hold. Click and hold. Close that. Open that. And then watch it process. So we can see how slow it is. And this is me just sitting here holding down my right mouse button. Am I considering another community server this summer? If there's enough interest. The last few, it's like, I don't know, 8 or 10 people say they're interested, and then 3 days later, it's like you and 2 other people playing regularly. And that's pretty much it. So, I don't know. Plus, there hasn't been much of a content update since the winter holiday community run. Were I to do a community server game, I'd be more inclined to do a 7 Days to Die Afterlife community server, and then just start laughing and laughing and laughing as everybody was dying 400 times. You know, at least that would amuse me. Nah, I want to play Enshrouded, but I've tried like 4 times now. Every single time, decent initial interest from the audience. Second stream, half of that. Third stream, half of that amount. So now we're down to, 3 people watching. So I don't understand why people just really don't like Enshrouded. It seems interesting enough to me, but for some reason it just has no audience. And Enshrouded's not really built. I mean, you can play it multiplayer, but it just doesn't feel like, with the way the systems work, that it's really intended and built that way. Interrupt this riveting kern grinding activity to eat a berry. So this is 1-to-1, right? Yeah, we're getting 1-to-1 in the grinding process. It's not multiplying. Dune Awakening? Man, it's been a dog's age since I played anything styled as an MMO. So I'm aware of it. I've loosely followed news on it. I'm not sure if I will actively play it. I might. Alright, there we go. We have 48. 48. So, as shown, I had to go get flint. Then I had to bring the flint back. Then I had to burn charcoal to calcinate the flint. Then I had to run it through the grinder, which is more time. Now I have to combine it with clay. Oops, I left it in the kern. Alright, so now I have to combine it with clay. I don't know how this works. Is it, you gotta surround the flint? Oops. Is it like this? Like making, yep. Alright, so you get 8 fire clay per individual? Yep, per individual. So, you know, 48 is going to give me a fair size amount of fire clay. I'm going to need a lot more regular clay in that pile. Let's see how many bloomeries we get out of this. Or, well, I need the oven first and then bloomeries. This doesn't seem so bad. I mean, that's a fair bit of fire clay. I mean, it did take me quite a while to gather up that flint, but I've got almost 100 more sitting around. Alright, well, while I have this, let's get the oven made before I forget. There we go, clay oven. This thing is large. Not sure if I'll make just one or if I'll do 2. New world, maybe? Sounds about right. Nah, I haven't been keeping an eye out for any of the coal readings. I just so seldom have needed or cared about digging coal. If I happen into it while I'm digging for other stuff, great. I might grab some, but for the most part, charcoal gets the job done. And it's just so much easier just to go chop some trees whenever you've got some free time and use that. How about we not crouch? Yeah, not sure that's going to be faster. Going to use more than a full stack of fire clay to get this done. Sure enough. Alright, so just a little over a full stack of fire clay. We have our oven. Okay, so I think I'll just go with the one oven for now, because I need to start getting... Bum, bum, bum. So... just as simple as doing this. And I need to get those into the fire kiln, or the pit kiln. All right. I got the idea. So here's a full stack. Those fire into what I'm looking for. Fire clay bricks. Then I need how many per? It's 3, 6, 7, 8 for the base and 9, 10, so 12. 12 per. So that's 62. Yeah, so 6 per stack bloomeries. So that'll do 6 bloomeries with a couple pieces left over. Yeah, the oven's always been like that. That's not new. It self-fires by putting firewood in there. Yeah, from what I've read, fire clay can spawn under coal of whatever type. Okay, is my charcoal pit ready yet? It is. Let's dig this thing up. Sure, I'm glad that didn't. I had no idea that charcoal stacks were susceptible to the soil displacement. I got worried when it moved that it was gonna vaporize. That would have annoyed me. Seemed a little odd that those things would shift around. Alright, charcoal done. That gave us almost three full stacks. That'll be more than enough to get this flint calcinated. Let's do what? 3 stacks. Yeah, jeez. Okay. Now I need to get the fire clay in the pit kilns. So we're gonna need sticks and grass, and I guess we'll just use the peat. Morning already. How many did we do at a time? 8? I'm hoping 8. 12? Yeah, apparently it's valid. Well, hi there. Medium activity right near my base. What am I doing? I am putting recently formed fire clay bricks into the ground, covering them with grass, sticks, and peat, and then setting them on fire so that the clay bricks harden. Once they've done that, take most of a day, then I can come back over and grab them up, and I can form them into a bloomery, which will allow me to process iron nuggets that we're going to go dig out of the ground. So that's what we're doing. Alright, so those are all full of clay bricks, and tomorrow when they're done, we'll be able to form them up into a bloomery. We're not going to have iron before that's done, so no big hurry. Let's see. I need to go get some more peat at some point. Fire clay. A little while to go for that stuff. Okay. So that we just gotta wait. It's not gonna be time for bees yet, I don't think. Crops aren't ready. Let's go try to get another couple of pro picks done over by the magnetite. See if we can find a better, higher reading than our initial one. So we want higher than 3.9. We had a very high magnetite reading at 3.09. So we're going to go see if we can find something a little better than that. Whoa. Keep almost falling in the holes. Definitely want red wine cap. Good stuff. Alright, so we earlier, wasn't this hill, I think it was this larger hill over there. We surveyed. Yeah. Don't need rifts nearby, that's not good. There's that goat we saw. We actually have the ability to mine quartz now, so... Alright, I think we took the chunk out of that wall there, so we're going to go out this way. Take another reading. Guess this will do for now. Third sample, and the reading is very high magnetite 345. So we're going the right direction. And it's possible it's better that direction or that direction slightly, but we're going to keep on the north heading. We'll do one more reading that way, and if it keeps improving, we'll keep going that way. If it degrades, then I'll come back to here and we'll go either that way or that way. So let's go another chunk or two this way. I'd like to do my mining on flat ground instead of up on a hillside. So let's go ahead and take a reading here and see what we get. And let's pick. Poor magnetite. Man, that dropped off fast. Minuscule borax. Yeah, that dropped off a cliff. Alright. Back where we just came from. Unfortunately, we got a portal right there that's going to be a bit annoying. Not sure where I took my reading exactly. Oh, meteoric iron. Time to make a marker. Yeah, good enough. Alright. Yeah, I don't remember exactly where I took my sample, but let's go this way. Another portal. Well, it won't be an area long. Hopefully nothing pops out and kills me. Eat your one berry. Very high 348. We were at 345, so very slightly better. We got one more direction to try. The fact that it got a little bit better this way means it's not likely to get better the other direction. And I'm going to check it just in case. We might... very high, I think, is a very respectable iron level. I'm not sure we'll get to ultra high. I don't remember really ever relying on an ultra high iron reading. Not worried about ground quartz anymore. And let's get to a flat spot over here. Hopefully we don't have to go too deep.